Welcome back, everyone. And if you're new to the series, my wife and I bought a 21-acre lake home by faith in 2022. And one of the first things that we immediately started to get to work on was our food forest style type of garden so we could start growing our own produce for our cold pressed juice business. We laid down tons and tons and tons and tons of mulch for our orchard area. And we also laid down a ton of compost so we can make some deep compost beds to plant all of our annuals into. And one of the things that we had to contend with were the weeds since we're planting it in the middle of a meadow. So we rolled out a ton of silage tarp over the existing weeds and grasses and let that kill off everything. Our most problematic grass is creeping grass, so we trenched the outside of it to keep it from being able to creep back into the garden. Now we thought we were in the clear, so we went ahead and bought like $1,000 worth of fruit trees and other fruiting perennials and went ahead and planted them. Big mistake. The deer ate up everything. I mean, all of them, killed all the fruit trees. So to avoid flushing another $1,000 down the toilet, we went ahead and got a fence put in about a month and a half ago. So we ran it back with another order, and today we're going to be getting them planted. I got great news, Shadow. The trees are here. Let's go get these things open. Welcome back, everyone. I'm Gerald.
I'm Simone.
And we got our trees today. Finally.
Woo! How long we been waiting?
We ordered them in February.
Yeah.
Well, really, we've been waiting since like last summer, since the deer ate them and killed them. So we'll just say a year.
Yeah.
Turn on this water before I drive all the way up there and forget they didn't had their babies.
Finally, now Harry can have his spot back.
After making all that noise. She been posted up on this little peninsula right here for the past 8 months.
And that's Harry's spot.
Yeah.
That's Harry's spot. So he wasn't able to land there.
Yeah, they be running them off when he try to land and eat.
Well, I got some footage of that, so I'll show you.
I bet you do.
Yeah.
Look at them over there creeping.
They so annoying.
I can't stand
now it's time for y'all to go on.
Yeah, y'all can leave
Turkeys
too.
are back.
Ah.
Oh. I hate the way they fly.
Yeah. It's about time to mow this path back down.
Yeah.
But we made it. Look, what kind of bird is that? And why are they fighting right on me? Pretty color, whatever it is. Ah, spider web. Take a quick look at this spinach. Look how big this thing is.
Look at the lettuce. Let me have some.
Hold that up to your head. That's a big old spinach.
Let's try it. That's huge. Yeah. Grocery store spinach, you know, is like this.
Yeah.
Just clean it off a little bit.
It's good for you.
Here. We'll munch together and tastes like spinach.
Tastes like green.
Lettuce.
Good old lettuce coming.
Oh.
Good butter crunch.
You want some of that for the salad.
Butterhead, whatever. All right. So I've already pulled off some of the tarp so it can get some rain on it because it got a little dry under here. Not super dry, but I wanted some good moisture to fall in it. So we got a couple good rains. So we got to peel the rest of this off. Then we're going to plant this stuff. And then we're going to put a fresh layer of mulch over all these weeds that got killed. Also, if you're ever thinking of planting milkweed, don't do it. This stuff is like zombies. When it's in, it's impossible to get rid of. You can only manage it. We didn't plant any, but there's just already a ton growing out here, so we just got to deal with it. It is great for monarchs though, and we saw a ton of monarch butterflies and caterpillars on them last year, so it's not all bad. It is annoying though. We're gonna start over here instead. First, in part 1 of the urban berry garden.
Special delivery.
Ooh,
Let's
let's pull it open. Didn't look like enough at first, but it's definitely a lot in here. Nice.
Mm-hmm. Can't wait to have a
Nothing
quesadilla.
but bare root. First thing we're gonna plant is this yellow egg plum. Whenever I'm getting a site prepped for my plantings, I always fill up a bucket or a wheelbarrow or something with water in order to keep the plants in, keep the root systems wet, make sure they don't dry out. I've always ordered all of my trees from Burnt Ridge Nursery out in Onalaska, Washington. There or from Rain Tree Nursery. I'm pretty sure they're out somewhere in Washington too. They've both worked really well for me in the past, but Burnt Ridge is just a little bit cheaper than Rain Tree, and get the same variety of tree from Burnt Ridge for half the price that I can at Rain Tree. And I always buy bare root because, one, they're a lot easier to plant, but two, the roots aren't all root bound like they can get in pots. Now, whenever I plant bare root trees, I always rake away a big circle so I can dig a hole that's about twice the width of the root system of the tree that I'm planting. And because I'm not transplanting the tree out of a pot, I don't have to dig a very deep hole at all. I can dig it wide and shallow. And once I have it to my desired depth, I slowly start to add the soil back in. I don't add the soil all at once. I add a bit of soil, I water it in so that the soil can fall in and fill in any air pockets that may have been created. And then I'll add another layer of soil and repeat this process until I have all the dirt in. So our trees are grafted onto a different rootstock. So this bulge right here is the crown or the graft union. And you want to make sure that you do not bury those underground when you plant your tree. And once I've completed that whole process, I just rake the wood chips back over around it and give it a last little quick water, and it should be good to go right from there. Y'all see how I didn't put any compost in there? I don't like doing that for trees or for like berry bushes and stuff, because I want them to get the raw, full experience of where they gonna be living. I ain't trying to trick them. I ain't trying to lie to them or anything. This your home. You got to make it happen. And slowly, them wood chips gonna keep helping it out, and eventually, its home is gonna be a mansion, and it's really gonna take off. But that is how I plant our fruit trees. Now we're gonna get ripping and running on all these other ones. Get them in as fast as we can. There was a delay on the UPS truck, so they ended up getting here like 2.5 days later than they should have. So they need to be in the ground now. We finna speed run this. It's like it ain't gonna be no ripping and running. Storm blowing in. So put the trees back in, spray some water in there, turn it upside down. Should hold on to the moisture overnight. We'll come back early in the morning and get going again. But we gotta get out of here before we get soaked. All right, we're back at it. And it looks like we should be in the clear. I may or may not have snuck back up here in the rain and planted a couple more trees. Well, it was right after the rain, but I came out because it was real nice. It looked real pretty out here, so came up to do a little bit of work. Let's check and see if the roots stay moist, which I think they did, and they did. Already got the site prepped, so let's snag a tree. We'll grab this Come's European pear. Pop them in. We'll show y'all every single type of plant and variety that we got once they're all in.
Hey everyone, good morning. I was just telling Gerald that I feel like we need a like station up here, like even like a hand washing station, a harvest station, things like that. And we have an old table that the old owners left when they moved out that I feel like we could bring up here as like a temporary table, but it's one of those steel tables that has like the holes in it. It's like a patio table. So that would be a good like wash station if we put all of our produce there and just give it like a quick pre-wash. But I feel like we need that up here. And the fence, since it's chain link, we could hang some maybe like baskets from it. Baskets that are like all seasons outdoor friendly, where we could have like our gloves, extra player gloves, and some garden tools and things like that. Because if we forget this one pair of gloves, that's it. We don't have any other gloves. That's a problem. And then we don't have a place to put them up here. So we got to get that in order.
Or we can build a little outdoor shade up here. So we got to do something.
Yeah, that's a good idea too.
Something, because running back and forth from here to the house when we forget something is annoying.
Maybe we could bring one of those garden boxes up here. One of those outdoor boxes.
Oh, yeah.
We got a lot of stuff in there that we would have to.
We don't use it anyway.
Yes, we do.
No, we don't.
Yeah, we
Planting trees is so labor intensive, but the beautiful thing about it is that you only have to do it once. Unless deer come eat them. But generally speaking, you only got to do it one time. And then they'll produce for you year after year, decade after decade. They'll produce more and more each year too. So a lot of work up front, but that's it. Even more reward on the back end. Morning, guys. We're at Do It Best so we can buy a garden box. We already checked out Walmart. They didn't have anything at all. So we're here. Simone's already inside. And she found one. She's looking at grills like she gonna do something.
look down there. It's interesting.
Propane.
We like charcoal.
Yeah.
It's on sale for $139.99. But I just showed Gerald one at Home Depot that was only $99.99.
Yeah, but it was a quarter of the size it is.
But you're acting like you don't want a big one.
I don't want a big one.
So what?
Let's show y'all what I wanted. Look, these are the tools we got.
Oh, yes.
And a couple pairs of gloves. Now, I could be wrong, but I think all that stuff will fit in there for $30.
Well, first of all, I am the one who suggested
No,
that.
I did. This is the exact same thing they had at Home Depot or Walmart.
That who picked out?
Me. Me. I said we can let me put it in there.
Don't get on this camera and
Oh
pull
my
these people.
goodness. I did.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
I'm thinking like full aesthetics. Like, okay, what do we want the garden to look like in its full form? Like, I'm thinking of the future. I would rather have a garden box than these.
Well, I guess we're going with the garden box. She can see something I can't, so we'll go with it. Eve.
I won.
You what?
I got the gloves.
Came back with 3 pairs of gloves.
Come on. Oh, I'm probably breathing heavy in this mic.
You probably are.
Get you. Okay. Ah. See, now we don't have to leave stuff in the car. We got this in the car, the gloves in the car.
We
so
didn't have to leave it in the car before.
I do. I leave them in the car so I don't have to. If we forget that, we got to go back. It just makes sense, okay?
I don't know what she's talking about, but I need a donut now. You're stressing me out.
Oh my gosh.
Y'all thought I was playing. No donuts, because they talk about an hour.
An hour.
Wait. So we're going to go back later. We're going to get some donuts, just not right now. Jump up here and grab that.
No.
Hot.
Yeah. Woo! Yeah.
All right.
Actually fits good.
I got to finish getting all these weeds up from in here, all this grass. All right, let's drop these 3 tools in here.
That's only 3 tools for now. Okay? I was trying to get the plastic ones of these tools to save some money, and he wanted to get the more expensive ones. This also does. Is it broken? No, for real, is it?
Yeah, that thing got the way.
Huh?
Close it.
No. It could also double as a seat. All right. So, obviously you saw that we got all the shipment of the new plants in, so we're going to give you a tour. All right, Gerald, tell us what's going on.
All right, we're going to start in the first part of our urban berry garden. Y'all saw the couple herbs we planted in the last video, the lavender and catnip and rosemary. This here, this elderberry is one of the OGs. We planted this last year and it survived the deer attack.
She's doing great.
This one is a, what is this, an Adams? Yeah, an Adams elderberry. So we'll walk down onto the other one. This other one down here is a black lace elderberry. You need 2 elderberries so they can cross-pollinate so you can get little berries and whatnot. This one is also an OG that survived the deer attacks from last year. So that one's coming through nice. I like the colors of the leaves. It's a little purple and green mixed in there. And then back to the center of this area, we have a yellow egg plum. I got this because when I was at Paul Gauchi's house a couple years ago, I saw the fruit on this. I was like, what is that? It looked like a little water balloon. So I got it and I bit it and juice was running all down my body. So I was like, ooh, I gotta get one of those. So I got one of them, and then around it here, Simone planted some, I believe these are hood strawberries.
Yeah, so they go all around this little tree, all the strawberries.
So these are an early season ripening strawberry. I believe they're June bearing strawberries. We have a bed right here that we planted more of them into. So this strawberry here is a Mary's Peak strawberry. This is a late ripening strawberry. I think this is the latest ripening strawberry variety that there is. So got that one in there. This next one here is Shuckson strawberry. S-H-U-K-S-A-N. Yeah, they're weird shaped little strawberries, but they delicious in the mug. I haven't had the past 2 varieties I just said. I've never had those before, but Shuckson is real good. I do know that.
They're kind of hard to see. But they're there. And look, they're already starting to do well. We planted these how many days ago?
3 days ago.
3 days ago. I also
Oh,
embroidered this sweatshirt.
yeah. Junction strawberry is also June bearing, but I think they're like later in June. Those hood strawberries are like really early season, like really early June. These ones are late June. And then these here are Albion strawberries, and these are ever bearing. So these should be about, go throughout the year, whatever. Whenever you get berries or any type of fruit tree or perennial or anything, you want to get like varieties that ripen at different parts of the year. So that way you'll be getting berries or fruit all throughout the year. You don't get one big crop and then have nothing else. So get different varieties so you can extend the season as long as possible. Right in front of the strawberries, we have a peach. This is a Reliance peach. And I think that this one's pretty late blooming, and it ripens, I want to say in July. So I got that there. It is self-pollinating, so you don't need a pollinator for peaches. It wouldn't hurt to have one, but this is the only peach that we have here. So, oh, I forgot to show you all this fig.
Side note, at Gerald's parents' house, he also planted a peach like a few years ago, and that one's doing pretty well.
It's doing really well.
We've eaten peaches off of it, so
yeah.
Hopefully this one does just as good.
Forgot to show you all this fig from back at the beginning. This is a Chicago hardy fig. It should be good in zone 6. That's where we are. We're in zone 6B. So it should be hardy in this zone. And I also got, I'll show y'all when we get to it, but I also got a Desert King fig, which is like zone 7. But you can experiment and try to get it to survive in like colder zone, like 6. I don't think it can go to 5, but definitely in zone 6. Some people have been successful. You just have to make sure it gets through the first year. The first year is super vulnerable, the roots are. So if you can get the roots to survive the first year, then it should be good. So this year, I think I'm gonna dump a bunch of mulch on top of it once winter starts rolling around, try to get it to last through. But I had some of those too when I was at Paul's house the other year. First time having a fig, delicious. So I had to get one of them too.
I've been wanting to try a fig, like an actual fig. I've never had a real fig. I've had a fig Newton, but that probably has zero fig in it. All right, what's next?
So this here at the edge of the berry in Urban Berry Garden Part 1 is a Chandler blueberry. These blueberries get big. I want to say they're the biggest blueberry variety there are, like really big. I think like quarter size, maybe a little bigger. That or Duke. I can't remember which one is larger. But these ones ripen like really long, like over a long period of time. I think it's like a 7-week long period that you'll be getting blueberries from these. So that's real nice. That's real cool. And I think it's later in the season too. So that's what we have there. And then over into our orchard area, we have, what is this first one? A Gravenstein.
Gravenstein.
Gravenstein, whatever. One of them two.
Excuse the tarp.
Yeah. That one blooms early. Yeah, all of our apple trees are on dwarf rootstocks. So dwarf rootstock is supposed to keep the tree small, which it will if you're just planting in regular soil. But since we plant in wood chips and our soil is constantly improving over time, like really well. Look at that worm right there.
Mm-hmm.
Since the soil is constantly improving in the state of upgrade, the dwarf rootstock on these trees don't do a whole lot. So they'll still get pretty big, but they're a little easier to manage, I guess I will say. They're a lot easier to train and keep low as they're growing when you prune them and stuff. But I would still recommend you get dwarf. If you get a standard one, it's just going to shoot off like crazy, but the dwarf will still get big. And I spaced them 15 feet apart. You'll see on the packages that they say you can space them like 8 to 12 feet apart, somewhere around there. Some people say 6, but again, since the soil is so good, they're going to get big and they're going to get crowded out. So I spaced them 15. So up this way, we have oh look, the leaves are coming. I was worried about this one when we planted it because I was looking real naked, but the leaves are coming out now. but this is a Comice European pear. And all your European pears, they need pollinators too. So I think we have 2 more pear varieties that we'll get to as well, but that's the one pear there.
Harry! Hi,
Oh,
Harry.
hello. He got something in his mouth.
Oh, good for you.
Got to zoom in on him.
Gerald tried to tell me how to film, y'all.
You wouldn't zoom in on him. Yep.
Okay.
This one is also fire blight resistant. When you get your fruit trees, you want to look at what people in your area are growing, if they're doing well there. But then also you want to get disease resistant trees. So like that's fire blight. When you get peach varieties, you want to get like peach leaf curl resistant varieties. When you get strawberries, you want to get like I can't remember what the disease is called, some type of rust or something, whatever. But you want to get disease resistant ones. But from that one, right next to it, we have it looks like an apple. What is that?
We have a
Coney
cane.
apple.
Oh, a Coney apple.
Those apples smell so good. Like when you cut it, like think of like a like artificial apple scent. That's dang near what a Coney smell like. Well, when I smelled one anyway. I was like, what the heck is this?
Where'd you have one?
I had Paul's.
Yes.
If you can't tell, I got a lot of inspiration from Paul Gacci. Dude is his own one.
The goat.
Yep. This one back here, all little and skinny, I almost missed him. This one here, we have, I think it's a Honey Crisp. Yeah, it is. This is a Honey Crisp. This is a mid to late season broom, it says, but
I love Honey Crisp.
yeah, we don't got to say much about that, y'all. Pretty much everybody know about Honey Crisp. Yeah, great apple. I want
Tell
a
them
Cosmic
about
Crisp.
apples and how you can have your own
What?
hybrid of an apple.
Oh, so if you didn't know this about apples, like if I take a seed from a Honeycrisp apple and I plant it, it won't be a Honeycrisp apple. It'll be some other variety. Like you need different apple varieties to cross-pollinate. So whatever seed comes out of the fruit is going to be completely different than either of the parents. So whatever seed you take and you plant into the ground, it's so many different mixes of apple. It's going to be a completely new variety of apple. So you plant the seed into the ground and whatever apple tree come up, you can name it whatever you want. You pretty much just got a brand new variety of apple. So that's real cool. It's this one. This one here is a Wolf River apple. I can't remember why I got that. Oh, I got that one because they said those apples are giant. Like they get real big. So I grabbed one of them. Who don't want a giant apple? And then at the very edge, y'all see we got a lot of room. This is like the farthest tree we have over. I still need to get us ordered like probably about 10 more trees still. We got 15 planted, so I need about 10 more. So we'll be doing that soon. But here I have another pear, Bosque European pear. This is like your traditional green pear that you get or you'll see in the grocery store. From there, back towards the middle a bit, we have a Monty's Surprise. I also got this one because it's super big too. This one, very large. Oh, also that's why I got it too. I think this one, what I saw on it is that it has the highest amount of like antioxidants and like phytonutrients of any apple variety that there is. So I had to snag one of those.
Look how it's curling.
Yeah, so it's look kind of crazy right here, but yeah, that's why I got him. Back to the middle again. This one here, Granny Smith. I think I'll get another one of these because we use quite a bit of Granny Smith in our juices. So I'll probably get like one, maybe 2 more of these so we can have plenty of those for the juice. Back this way, we have a Williams Pride apple. This variety is the earliest ripening apple that there is. These apples ripen very, very, very early. I want to say like late August, September when they ripen. Most apples ripen like later September into October and stuff. But this one is very early. So I got one of them because I don't like waiting all year for stuff. This one we have a Enterprise apple. Also think these are large apples as well, and I think they're a little bit later in the season. But those I got 2. The Enterprise are really, really disease resistant apples. So that's part of why I got that one, and they're big and they're crisp. I like crisp apples. I don't like mealy ones, like kind of soft like what am I thinking of? Like Red Delicious or Gala apples?
Ooh, I
Kinda.
cannot stand a
Like
Gala.
I need a good crisp apple. So
Yes, Honey Crisp.
From there, we have, I think there's another pear. Yep, a Seco European pear. So apparently this is like one of the sweetest, best tasting varieties there is. So don't get that, of course. That's all there is to that. So we're back to the herb and berry garden part 2. This is more towards the front. So in here we have quite a few more blueberries. So this first blueberry we have here, this is also, actually all the blueberries that we have in here are survivors from last year. So this is a hardy blue blueberry, just like the strawberries. I got them at different ripening points of the year. This is a mid-season, I think, yeah, this is a mid-season ripening blueberry. So I got him, yields a lot. They're real sweet apparently, that good flavor, so snag that one. This one here is a Patriot blueberry. This one, very early ripening. Very early ripening, and it's tolerant of wet sites, and it also is pretty disease resistant as well. That's a good one there, which makes sense since it's tolerant of wet sites. In the middle here, we have a Duke blueberry. So that's the other one I was telling y'all about, where either the Chandler or the Duke is the largest size of blueberry that there is. So these ones get really big too, and these are very late ripening as well. In this corner, we have, what are you? I don't know if I saved the tag on this one. This might be a little mystery blueberry. Mystery blueberry. All right. I'm going to name him after me. Then our last tree is an Italian prune plum. Paul also had one of these when I was there, and it wasn't even ripe yet. And it was the best plum. Everything I had at Paul's was the best whatever I ever ate in my life. But that plum was so good. So naturally I had to get one of those too. The leaves are popping out on this one too. I was worried about this one because none of the leaves were showing at all, but they were. Look, the buds looked like they were going to break soon anyway, so I wasn't too worried about that one. Yeah, I also have I love blueberries. There's like
He always want to order a blueberry.
8 or 9 more down at the house that I'm probably going to bring up from down there, like transplant them for the ones I planted down there, or I'm going to air layer them. I'm going to propagate them and just get those varieties up there. But the ones down there are like, I don't even remember, strawberry, lemonade, some random ones. So.
Did you tell him where the plants are from?
So yeah, I did earlier, but again, if y'all forgot, they're all from Burnt Ridge Nursery out in Onalaska, Washington. I get them from there or Rain Tree. Burnt Ridge is a lot cheaper than Rain Tree is, like half the price. So Rain Tree is a great company, but I can get double the plants. So.
And did you tell him about the placement of everything? The sporadicness?
Oh, I didn't tell y'all. So there's a little bit of method to the madness, right? So this bigger area over here is pretty much all going to be orchard area there. There still might be a tree or two in the herb and berry sections, but that's about as far as the orderliness goes. Just kind of stuff in this designated sections. I kind of have them planted randomly because, I mean, that's how trees are when you go into the woods. And again, it's just cool. You just walk around. It's trees here, 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 and there. You stumble across an apple, then you stumble across a peach, and then you stumble across a plum, and then there'll be other, like, there'll be random stuff planted throughout there as well. So, I'll have random veggies planted throughout the thing as well. Like, there might be a little section where it's like you're stumbling across apples and peaches, and next thing you know, you get into a little open area in this, a rose bush and some hydrangeas growing or something. You know what I'm saying? Just like little sections. I don't know. Just randomly.
Yes.
You just walk through, but anything that you come across, you'll be able to take and eat or leave with it or something. So
his vision is a food forest. So
literally a food forest. So it's a little bit of, I mean, obviously got some beds in here, but
Yeah.
those are not.
These are some of our beds.
Like the beds are in, but once these wood chips get broken down real nice over the next couple of years, I'm not really going to have any like deep compost beds just kind of out like this, because the wood chips will be broken down enough where, I mean, I could measure out like 4 feet in the length or something, but I'll be able to plant like directly into the wood chips because there'll be a good amount of soil underneath it. So I can really like plant wherever. I like the look of straight mulch. I like them looking orderly, kind of like this, but straight mulch stuff growing up through is the best to me. So that's the tour.
There you have it.
Yep. Should we take them to get donuts with us?
Yeah, y'all wanna go get a donut?
We'll go get a donut. All right, let's try this again.
I got it.
Success. These the best donuts ever.
Yeah, parlor is more than just here, too. What the heck?
We ain't gonna eat them. She can't get the box open.
Trying to do it all.
They both bomb. That's mine.
Yeah, this is mine. I got the French toast, and Gerald got this strawberry shortcake, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They blueberry one bomb too.
Blueberry honey glaze is also good. So if you have a parlor near you, you got to try it. It's a chain. It's not like a local place.
Yeah.
Kind of warm. Cheers.
Best donuts ever. Pretty much wrap it up for this video. We gonna finish up these donuts. Thanks for kicking it with us. We got all the fruit trees in. Exciting stuff going on. We off. It's gonna be looking great here in the next year or two for sure. So we getting close.
Very close. Well, thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Peace.